everyone, this is Danielle from Great Lakes Aquarium, and happy Monday. Welcome back to another week of really great videos to see what we're doing here at Great Lakes Aquarium while our doors are shut, and we're waiting to invite you back into our building. We're super excited to see everyone, but until then we're going to continue doing all the great care we can for the animals that call the aquarium home and share that all with you. We have all sorts of great things coming, summer camp in a box. You can check out online all these different videos and everything going on. And you can notice I'm kind of keeping my eyes on the side here because I'm outside in our backyard with one of the ambassador animals here at Great Lakes Aquarium, which is Socks. We can go take a look at him. We'll give him a little treat. So one thing that you'll notice right away with Socks is he actually doesn't have any eyes. So Socks is blind. You can kind of see close by, he doesn't have those eyes in there, which makes him non-releasable. So he doesn't have good sight, which is pretty helpful when you're out trying to find different prey and things like that. You will notice he does have really good sense of smell. He can smell when I have those biscuits nearby. And so he can smell those, he'll go to those. But today out in the garden, he's just allowed to explore and do as he likes. We are going to keep him from digging up our plants because we're hoping to grow those for the rest of the animals, including Socks. He might get a couple of veggies coming out of this garden. But he's going to get to explore around, smell things. He might come on over close to us and see where we are. Now Socks he had just turned 1 year old, and he came to us from Georgia. Like I said, he's non-releasable, so he is here to live with us and serve as an ambassador for his species, which is the Virginia Opossum. And the opossum is actually North America's only marsupial. So marsupials are animals that have pouches. Is kind of the easiest way to think of them. The most common one we can think of is a kangaroo. But the opossum has that pouch as well and will put their babies in there. Their babies might hang on their back, just like koalas, another marsupial. But being North America's only marsupial, they've quite adapted to what we have here. Hey buddy, can I sit down? No? Okay. And they've adapted into these forested areas. They're really great at climbing trees. They have these nice sharp claws to dig into the bark. And then this nice strong tail you can see here that is great for gripping onto branches and holding on tight. It's a great way to stabilize as you're climbing around. And Socks here is actually a very skilled climber. His exhibit here at Great Lakes Aquarium is pretty big and has all sorts of different places for him to climb around and see things. He can climb up to his nesting box where he sleeps for the night, and then uses that great sense of smell and that hearing to find out where he's going. So oftentimes what we can do is we can snap, and he can use that as a way to locate where we are or like where we might be. He's doing lots of good exploring right now. Here in northern Minnesota, we are definitely at the northern bit of their range. So they aren't found too much more north than this. They're often found more south, whether it's southern Minnesota or even southern United States. They're found more down that way. But here in the north, we'll see them climbing around. We might see them with some babies on their backs. With a female. Socks here, he's a male opossum. And you'll notice I'm saying opossum, I'm not saying possum. So I'll try to enunciate that the best I can. So an O in front of the word and a P in front of the word. And opossum, so just the P, is actually more used in terms of possums found in Australia, in kind of that region. Where opossum, like the Virginia opossum, is kind of a way that we will call them around here. Smelling those biscuits. There you go. One of the neatest things about the Virginia opossum is actually their teeth. They have some of the most unique teeth in North America. They have up to 50 different teeth in their mouth, including 10 accipiters. But what's really, really cool, and I encourage you to go online and look it up, is their back teeth, kind of where their molars are. They have 6 cusps on there instead of 4. So if we think of our molars, we have 4 points, those cusps on our molars. Do I smell good? I must smell good. They have 6, which is a great way to eat all of their food. Now these are predominantly scavengers, so you'll see them going around. They might be eating some roadkill or remains, some carrion left over from other animals. But they also will eat things like insects and worms, fruits, vegetables, especially if you have like an apple tree in your yard. They might eat those fallen apples, so we might see them in your yard for that way. And also trash. They could get into your trash, which they sometimes are considered nuisance animals, so similar to raccoons or skunks. But really, these animals are pretty harmless. They just like to hang out and go where the food is. So if you see them digging in trash and such, a lot of times they're just there cleaning up after someone else who's been there. So we think about them in our yard as nuisance animals, same as raccoons. But really, they're pretty gentle. They might have that scary hiss that they'll do to show that they're threatening off something, but for the most part, that's just a warning. They're known for playing possum or playing dead. So they'll lay on their side and either stare longingly with their eyes or close them all together and stick out their tongue to give predators a sense that they are dead. And then that gives them enough time to start to try and escape. But in our yard, there's not much we have to worry about them. They're actually really great animals to have in our backyard. So they, well, like I said, will eat those insects, especially in your garden, snails and slugs, all of that. Great animal to eat all of those things that you don't want in your garden. Even mice, they have been known to hunt mice and small birds. We'll go over with them. So they make eat all of those animals that you don't typically want in your garden out, which is super great. Another common concern folks have with opossums and how they see them as a pest is actually that they have rabies, which isn't actually true. Their body temperature is so low that it's really hard for rabies to even survive in their bodies. So they are not the ones that we should be super worried about carrying rabies and transferring it to others. So when they're in your backyard, there's not a whole lot for you to worry about with them. They're good, well-natured, non-aggressive neighbors that are also super cute. I don't know about you all, but I really think Socks is super adorable. This is one of Sock's really interesting and sometimes described as gross behaviors. He is scent marking on this post. So he'll drool all on the post and then rub his fur in it to spread it around. I guess it can be considered kind of gross in a way, but it's also kind of cool. It's like your dog if he goes up to a tree and pees on it to scent mark it. This is just Sock's way of doing that. So when he's close to our desk or something like that, sometimes it can get a little bit messy. He is really enjoying this scent post. Well, with that, we're going to let Socks continue exploring around here in the garden, in the back of the aquarium. All of these veggies will be used in feeding other animals here at the aquarium. We have kale and spinach and all sorts of things, squash, that they can use in the diet preps. And again, thank you so much for all the support that we're getting with Great Lakes Aquarium. We could not do it. Oh, he's going to scent mark on Dan's leg here. Very curious fellow. But yeah, so thank you for all the support. cannot do it without you. We're super excited to someday have you back here at the aquarium. And until then, we'll be posting videos every day, 1 o'clock, or I should say weekdays, 1 o'clock. And just hoping to share what we have here at Great Lakes Aquarium. The rest of the week, we'll be exploring some of these backyard animals like socks. Oh, we got a little drool on Dan's leg there. That's okay. But yeah, so with that, thanks again. See you later.